All right, guys, 250R is dirty. Check it out. If you guys saw the last video, took it out to the coal mines, and she's dirty as hell. And I happen to find it extra satisfying to see things getting cleaned. So what we're gonna do is just clean this bad boy off. I already went ahead and removed the filter. You guys can see I got a plastic lining over that just so we don't get any water in there. And we'll be careful not to get anything shooting directly into the exhaust. And our weapon of choice today is going to be this pressure washer. We'll make sure we have it on a low pressure when you're really not trying to go crazy with this thing. And we're gonna be careful not to inject water into any of our bushings or anything, especially our steering stabilizer. You gotta be careful. You don't wanna do like a direct pressurized stream into that thing where you're gonna get water into all the little bushings and stuff and cause premature wear. But man, this thing is dirty. Some problems that I foresee happening, these transparent automotive liner things that I put on here to kind of prevent, from the rub marks on the Nerfs. Pretty sure they're caked with dirt and they're probably gonna look like hell even after we clean this. So unfortunately, I think I'm gonna end up cutting these plastics right across here. I don't want to do that because then our graphics are going to be kind of botched up. So maybe what I'll do is I'll cut that off and then I'll rework these graphics and see if I can have AGMX print up another set. Maybe I'll make that 309 a little shorter and we can move up the sponsors because it's just not working out. And when I was riding, the shifter's great. That's really a perfect length. I'm really happy with that. But my heel was getting caught over here. You got to remember, these pegs they're moved slightly back because they're aftermarket, about 2 inches. So if they were 2 inches forward, this probably wouldn't be as much of an issue. But like I said, it was catching my heel a couple times. It's just another one of those little things I'm gonna have to fix up. And then of course, I was getting just a little bit too much water action going on. So I'm gonna put the air box on this thing. I mean, how much horsepower are we really gaining by running an open pod filter? I don't feel like going slow through puddles anymore, guys. So I'm gonna put the stock OEM box on after we clean this thing up. And here is the air filter. This thing got thrashed, man. It's so dirty. And after like halfway through the day, I actually noticed it was getting a little bit boggy up top. And it's definitely because we just weren't getting enough airflow at wide open throttle. So thumbs down for the pod filter. A lot of you guys were telling me to run an air box in the first place, and I do still have it. It's sitting right here. We got an Uni air filter in there. We'll clean that bad boy up. And I was talking with Blake from DBC Racing. He said if you heat this thing up with a torch or a heat gun, I guess would probably do the trick. That will actually stretch right over top of the 38mm key in that we have on there, and it should fit just nice.
Alright guys, welcome back to the fight. Don't mind me here, I'm just testing out the equipment. The last thing we want to do is get stuck in an active dirt zone and have a water cannon that doesn't properly function. So we're aiming and we're just going to blast the dirt away. You can see that dirt's just running for its life. There's really no chance at all for the dirt to survive. In fact, it's actually quite sad. Really, the only thing that could hide any better than this dirt would be Joe Biden himself hiding in the basement. So you can see we are just cleaning these graphics off. There's really just no problems at all. Now, typically when I'm cleaning off my quads, a lot of people give me shit for going to the coal mines because the coal likes to get stuck into all the little nooks and crannies, and typically I do like to wash these off within the first 12 hours, but I had a stupid wedding to go to, so I had to wait an entire 48 hours before cleaning this off. So we're going to have to pull some major tricks out of our sleeve to get all this dirt and grit and grime off of here. Then we'll clean off those fork shocks, being careful not to blast anything directly into the bushings or anything. Keep in mind guys, I do have this pressure washer turned down quite a bit. The last thing we want to do is get some premature wear on any of these joints, and you'll see here in a second I'm about to do the precision steering stabilizer. Just really quickly going over that, you don't want to be injecting water into any of the moving parts. Now as we clean out the grill and we work our way up to the controls, you definitely want to pay attention to the controls, because if your girlfriend ever wants to ride it, she's not going to want to hop onto a dirty quad, and it's hard enough getting girls into the sport as it is. And you can see right here the dirt is just clinging on for dear life. It's hanging on to the lighter spots because I think it can infiltrate those areas better, like the white lines on this American flag here, but you can see we're just blasting that dirt away. Thanks to the power of awesome degreaser and turtle wax ice, the dirt is really just no match for these cleaning techniques. Look at this nasty dirt clinging onto this muffler like your ex-girlfriend did the day that you dumped her. Well, it's time to blast those memories of her away, just like we're blasting away this scummy dirt from the underside of these fenders. Alright, now I'm giving it one last once over to clean all of the dirt, grit, and grime off. We are going to be hitting this with some turtle wax ice on the brush. I like to use turtle wax ice because it leaves behind a thin coat of wax, which does prevent dirt from clinging to the surfaces for future rides. And of course we're going to dry this thing off so there's no watermarks, and we're going to do it in slow motion because everything's better in slow motion. And even though this tire is going to immediately deflate because there's a huge hole in it, we're going to fill it up anyway just for purposes of this video. All right, guys. Well, there she is. She did clean up pretty nice. Unfortunately, this back tire does have a pretty big leak in it. It's on the back side. And I literally just pumped this up like a minute ago, and you can see it's already kind of sagging. But that's okay. We're going to get that taken care of soon. I did take care of a few other things. Like I said, I wanted to cut down the fenders, so you can see I cut them. Unfortunately, it's a shame that these rub marks are here on both sides. It's crazy. You can actually feel the indent. It's crazy what the vibrations from just the plastic can eat through stuff. So unfortunately we have those marks, but it doesn't really look that bad with the cut fenders. And like I said, I might redesign these so that everything fits on here and then have them reprinted. But for now, it doesn't look bad. Everything else looks good though. The pipe came out nice. Pretty much everything cleaned up really nicely. The plastics look great. The graphics held up really nicely. Everything looks good. You can see some of the damage on that DRW sprocket protector. Thing took some heavy knocks, man, and it held up just fine. Here's this side. And I also threw the airbox on. See up
up under here. The factory intake boot does fit on there. I had to heat it up with a heat gun, but it fit nicely. And I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way everything held up. All our controls and everything are looking good. And I did clean the carburetor out because you guys saw it looked like I sucked up a little bit of water in that last video. And as I was watching the footage of that video, I don't think my power valve is opening up the way that it should, because it feels like up top, thing's kind of a dog. Down low, it's nice and powerful, but up top, it is not what you'd think it would be. So it's a little bit disappointing. Here is the piece that I cut off the bottom. Sorry, ESR, but still got you up here, man. But we'll probably get you incorporated back on here. But there's this side here. That's how it was. And you can see the automotive trim stuff. It just took a whole bunch of dirt in it. I mean, that looks like crap. And the real main reason why I wanted to do this, though, was so that my heel doesn't get caught up underneath. That's just no-go. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. I want to say thank you to everybody. We just hit 50,000 subscribers. That's insane. It really is crazy. I can't wait till we get to 100,000 subscribers. That's going to be out of control. That's when I'll really feel like I've actually got some relevance in the YouTube world. So I will see you guys in the next video. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content. That helps me out so much. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, if you enjoy the content like we made today. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. I'll see you in the next one.